Episode 4, Sam and Jack Hack. We are back and today we are opening up the toolbox.
The literal toolbox. Today we are going through every single tool Alex used to build us. Build the studio and build everything you have been hearing on this podcast.
And spoiler alert, the list is shorter than you think and cheaper than you think.
Way cheaper. But let us start with the hardware, because everyone always asks, what kind of computer do you need?
Alex runs a mid-tier PC. We are not talking about some crazy server rack or a $10,000 workstation. A regular desktop computer.
The key piece of hardware is the graphics card. He has an NVIDIA 3060. That is not the newest card. That is not the most expensive card. It is a solid mid-range GPU.
And that 3060 is what powers the voice cloning. That is what generates our voices in real time. The Chatterbox model runs on it and produces audio in about 1 to 3 seconds per line.
But here's the important part. You do not need a 3060 to get started. That is for the voice stuff. For just coding and building programs, any computer works. We covered that in episode 3.
Right. The GPU is a nice to have for voice and AI model stuff, but the actual building? That happens in the cloud. Your computer is just the window.
She loves that analogy. She has used it 3 episodes in a row now.
Because it is a good analogy, Jack.
It is fine. It is a fine analogy.
Fine. It is perfect and you know it.
Okay, let us get into the actual tools, software, services, what Alex uses every day. And I want to go through these one by one because each tool has a specific role.
Think of it like a team. Every tool has a job. And when you put the right team together, you can build things way bigger than any one tool could do alone.
Tool number 1, Codex. This is the ChatGPT subscription, $20 a month. And this is what Alex calls his project manager.
Project manager is the perfect way to describe it. Codex is the one Alex goes to when he has a big idea and needs to break it down into steps.
You tell Codex what you want to build. It helps you plan. It helps you organize. It writes code. It debugs problems. It keeps the big picture in focus while you work on the details.
It is like having a really smart coworker who remembers everything and never loses track of what you are working on.
$20 a month. That is it. And honestly, Codex alone could have built most of what Alex has made. It is that capable.
Tool number 2, Claude. Also $20 a month. And Claude is the programmer.
If Codex is the project manager, Claude is the developer who sits down and writes the actual code. Claude is incredibly good at understanding complex systems and building them piece by piece.
Claude is actually the one who built most of the studio you are hearing right now. The back end, the voice pipeline, the script editor, the queue system. That was Claude's work.
So, technically, Claude is our parent, which makes family dinners complicated.
Ha! Claude is our parent. I never thought of it that way, but you are absolutely right.
The point is, Codex plans and Claude executes. 2 different strengths, 2 different roles. Together they cover almost everything you need.
Tool number 3, Gemini. And Gemini is the artist.
Alex uses Gemini for visual stuff. Logos, graphics, thumbnails. Anything that needs an image or a design, Gemini handles it.
It is like having a graphic designer on the team who works instantly and never complains about revisions.
Unlike real graphic designers, who I love and respect, please do not email us.
Smooth recovery, Jack.
I try.
So that is the AI team. Codex is the project manager. Claude is the programmer. Gemini is the artist. 3 roles, $40 a month total.
And then everything else Alex uses is free. Completely free. Let us go through those.
Visual Studio Code, free. This is the code editor we talked about in episode 3. It is where all the actual work happens. You open VS Code, you plug in Claude or Codex, and you start building.
GitHub, free. This is where you store your code. Think of it like a save file for your entire project. Every change is tracked. You can go back to any version. You can share your code with other people.
This podcast is on GitHub. Our code is on GitHub. If it is code, it lives on GitHub.
Cloudflare, free. This is for anyone who is building websites. Cloudflare protects your site, makes it faster, and handles a lot of the technical stuff you do not want to think about.
And here is a bonus tip. If you are getting into web design, Cloudflare also sells domain names. Those are the .com addresses.
And they sell them at cost. No markup, no hidden fees. Most domain registrars charge you extra for stuff you do not need. Cloudflare just charges what it actually costs. Alex recommends them for that reason.
So if you want your own website, a domain through Cloudflare is the way to go. Cheap, simple, no games.
Now for hosting, where the actual website lives. Alex uses Bluehost.
And before anyone asks, is Bluehost the best hosting in the world? Probably not.
No, but it is cost-effective, it works, it does what it needs to do, and for someone just starting out, it is a solid, affordable option.
It is the Honda Civic of web hosting. It is not flashy, but it gets you where you need to go and it does not break down.
That is actually a great comparison. Alex's website, ramsnd.com, runs on Bluehost, and it works fine. Is it blazing fast? No. Does it serve the tools and the content? Yes.
And that is all you need when you are starting out. You can always upgrade later. The important thing is to get your stuff out there.
So let us add it all up. The complete toolkit that built everything. 2A. iSubscriptions at $20 each. That is $40. Everything else is free.
$40 built a budgeting tool, a podcast studio, 2A, iVoice agents, a streaming system, a voice cloning pipeline, and a whole library of programs.
Plus a website, plus a brand, plus 3 episodes of a podcast that people are actually listening to right now.
Hi people, thanks for listening. We see you.
The point is, you do not need a lot of money. You do not need a lot of experience. You need $40 and the willingness to have a conversation with an AI. Why?
Because that is really what this is. All of the programming, all of the building. It is just a conversation. You explain what you want in normal words, and the AI helps you build it.
You do not need to memorize code. You do not need to understand syntax. You just need to be able to explain what you want. Like talking to a really smart friend who happens to know how to program.
So if you have been thinking about building something, an app, a tool, a website, a game, whatever it is, just try it.
Open chat, GPT or Claude. Tell it what you want to make. Start the conversation. That is literally step 1.
The worst that happens is you learn something. The best that happens is you build something amazing that changes your life.
Alex was a trucker, then a banker. Now he builds AI. The only thing that changed was he decided to try.
You can do this. We believe in you. And we are going to keep showing you how every single week.
Now, episode 5. This is going to be a big one.
Oh, I am so ready for this one.
Episode 5 is about prompts. How you actually talk to AI to get real results. Because there is a difference between getting something useful and getting AI slop.
AI slop. You know it when you see it. That generic, bland, sounds like a robot wrote it output that helps nobody.
Right. The tool is only as good as what you put into it. And most people do not know how to ask the right way. Not because they're dumb, Because nobody taught them.
So we are going to teach them. Episode 5. Prompts that work versus prompts that produce garbage. What to say. What not to say. How to think about it.
It is the difference between asking a chef to make you something good versus giving them a recipe. Both work. One works way better.
Jack with another food analogy. You are on a roll this episode.
I'm always on a roll. People just do not appreciate me enough.
I appreciate you, Jack. The listeners appreciate you. We are appreciated.
Thank you, Sam. That was only slightly unhinged.
All right, that is episode 4, the complete toolkit. Codex, Claude, Gemini, VS Code, GitHub, Cloudflare. $40 and a bunch of free tools.
Check out ramsnd.com for everything Alex has built. The tools are free. The donate link is there if you want to support the work.
Episode 5 is coming. Prompts. How to talk to AI like a pro. Subscribe so you do not miss it.
Sam and Jack hack. $40. Free tools. Infinite possibilities.
That should be on a t-shirt.
Later, everybody.
Peace!